She ain't got it, man. The fuck you
Hi,
want?
Marty Bird. Can I help you? My name's Mel Saddam. I'm a private investigator from Chicago. My husband's trying to expedite the divorce so he can get remarried.
Oh, yeah, that bullshit. Can't believe I'm pausing it again, like 2 minutes after I paused it last time. But one time, back when I had a home line, I got a call. And obviously when you have a home line, you're in the fucking yellow pages, right? And this was after the internet, so, the internet yellow pages, right? So what I assumed happened was some private detective was calling everybody with my last name, right? And my last name is kind of unordinary. It's like, it's actually a word in the English language, but it's still not a common last name. You don't really hear, like, I've never seen my last name in fiction, ever. You hear you're like Jones, Smith, and, the common last names. So a private detective could probably say, okay, there's only about 100 people with this last name in the entire state. So anyway, I get a call. And they asked for, I don't remember what the first name was. It was nobody I knew. Like, Kenny and Brad were my brothers, and, my dad had the same name as me, and my uncle was JR, but I think he was George Robert, right? And then my cousin was Michael. So those are about the only first names I knew associated with my last name, right? So it was some other name. Let's just say Kevin. It wasn't Kevin, but I can't remember what it was. He said, hey, is Kevin last name, my last name, is Kevin last name there, right? And I said, I don't know a Kevin, there's nobody with that first and last name here, right? And then it was the funniest thing. This is how I know he's a private detective. He never identified himself as a private detective. But he said, are you sure? He's like, he's not in trouble. I'm just trying to reach him. It's just, there was a Veronica Mars vibe to this motherfucker. It had to be a private detective, right? I remember this conversation, and I feel like this conversation took place like 15 years ago. I still remember it to this day. It was so interesting. And I thought about trolling the motherfucker, just like dropping hints, and maybe I was just like covering for him. But then I didn't want somebody outside my house, peeping through my windows and shit and going through my trash, right? So this seemed like a bad idea. So I was like, yeah, man, like, I have two brothers. These are their names. Nobody else lives here. My ex-wife used to have my name, but she doesn't anymore. Like, there's nobody named Kevin or whatever it was, right? I wish I could remember what it was. It was something that I'd never heard associated with my last name, whatever it was. And then I said, yeah, so like that's what it is, right? Like, there's nobody here, never been anybody here. You're barking up the wrong tree. And then I hung up, right? Never heard from him again. I kind of half expected to. I kind of half expected to be like walking out my door and see a fucking black van parked out in your yard, right? Well, in the street. But these private detectives, man, there's just a vibe to these motherfuckers, which is why I believe this son of a bitch is a private detective, right? They just have a vibe, man. They just have a pushy but business-like attitude to them. Like, they're not trying to waste their time. Like, they charge by the hour, but they're trying to get their shit done and move on, right? And nowadays, like, private detectives are so much more in the internet, and they have all these access. They have access to back channels that we don't have, like you and me. You have to have a private detective's license. If you have a private detective's license, you get access to databases that we don't have. So anyway, like, there was just, like, that's a conversation I've always remembered. This motherfucker reminds me of that dude. Like, there's just like a confidence, a smarminess, pushiness, but ultimately non-offensive, like, attitude. That, I know that's a lot of words packed into one sentence, but all those words are needed to describe the attitude of these motherfuckers. Like, they're very pushy, but they don't mean offense. They're not trying to give you offense. They just want to get their shit done, and they assume everybody they talk to is lying. That's really that's at the heart of the matter. They assume everybody they talk to is lying until we prove otherwise. So this motherfucker definitely thinks they're lying, right? I think I got to the heart of the matter at the very end, right?
Not your problem. Sorry, we were.
Look at this motherfucker, man. Okay. Totally a private detective.
You should talk to her daughter, Erin. See what she knows.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why don't you just leave me your card, and if I
get on that. I forgot about Erin. Yeah, she was pretty shocked to discover this shit. Jonah's not here for their shit, man.
Shut up.
She's pissed, man. How dare you judge me? Fuck off. He's running his own business, man.
Probably just the champagne.
Oh, God. For the love of God, don't show them in bed together. Come on, man. I plan to eat some point in the rest of my life. I know I could skip a couple meals and be all right, but, at some point it's going to be a problem.
You didn't have to do that, With the percentages.
Yeah. He's feeling a little
Zip your
overwhelmed here.
mouth. What's mine is yours.
She's ride or die. I'll give her that, man. As psycho as she is ride or die. And, of course, the die part could be like your ass if you step out of line, Like her husband. Or should I say her first husband? Can't remember if they're married, but they might as well be. And thank you. Thank you, Lord, for turning out the fucking lights before he started hitting that. Jesus.
How do you explain this to a teenager whose only job is to hate you in the first place?
Fair enough.
John doesn't hate anything.
Teenagers are some hateful motherfuckers, man.
He just
I get
needs
it.
a breath.
The world sucks. Why not hate everybody, right? Fuck it.
Free of the cartel, and we're going to have all the political capital we need to change people's lives, Wendy.
You wish, motherfucker. If you think this is going to be happy ending, you're watching the wrong show.
The only way anyone ever not loses anything, we need large numbers of money. And then we need to buy all the people.
Yep, pretty much.
Omar Navarro into a model citizen.
Yeah, that's a fucking problem.
Convinced Darlene Snell to shut down her heroin operation.
Of course we do.
They got a lot of problems, that's for goddamn sure.
Were killed, including the organization's third in command.
We took care of business.
We were able to confiscate heroin with a street value of $350 million.
God
as well as
damn, they had a
cash
lot of
and
heroin.
A small arsenal.
Fucking hell.
To applaud Agent Miller for the intel that led to the raid.
Yep, she's
This is
not
a
feeling too
rundown of
good.
the Agent Miller, a moment?
Yep, how'd you come by this shit? She still ain't dropped this baby, man. It's been 3 years. Get a
Congratulations.
promotion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hell yeah. Everybody wins. Until they lose.
Until our other partner gets here.
Partner?
Ruth.
Tell Kenny I'm supposed to be here.
This is awkward.
She's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, drag a chair over.
Not a joke.
No,
No.
No, they will
Darlene
kill
and
you.
Jacob are in their farm well.
that I don't give a good goddamn what you or your Mexicans have to say about anything.
You better be rolling 100 deep then.
But if
That's
you
all I
don't do
can
this, they're...
Helen worked for that cartel for 10 years. They blew her brains out 2 feet from us. We had to wash pieces of her out of our hair.
They're not
right.
fucking around.
I'll worry about my family. Thank you.
You better be
No
rolling
message,
200
anything else
deep.
you have to say?
That's it.
You better be rolling 200 deep. That's all I'm saying, man.
Ruth.
And they better be strapped. Bird guns ain't gonna do it.
Why do you fucking care?
He just does.
Of course I care.
Don't bother. She's made her bed.
Yeah. Wendy's a spiteful bitch. I kind of feel that. I'm kind of the same way, right? But I get it. Marty loves her, She stayed behind. You know what I love about this? The director's a genius, right? This is what I love about this. She stayed behind to talk to him. They were way fucking ahead of her, right? Then we cut to the parking lot. She's ahead of them. That means she's so fucking upset. She was like, Rear! She was running like the fucking Roadrunner, man. She was like the gingerbread man. You can't fucking catch her, right? She fucking stayed behind an extra 30 seconds talking to them. They were way the fuck ahead of her. By the time we get to the parking lot, she has zoomed past them. I love that, man. That's a very subtle thing the directors do. Just show what the character's going through. Like, she's fucking pissed, and she's got all this nervous energy, and she ran fucking past them like they're a gingerbread man. I love that shit. It's the subtle things, man. It's the subtle things when you're in filmmaking.
Thought of Helen like some giant fucking machine, like a thresher or some shit. I didn't think she could be fucking killed.
Yeah, they execute
Don't
the
worry,
fuck out of her.
Darlene's got this, okay?
She ain't got it, man. She's been tortured by the cartel. She gets it.
I'm serious.
So am I. I have faith.
He believes in you.
Why?
Because you're Ruth fucking Langmore. That's why.
She is Ruth fucking Langmore. I love her. I do. I hate that they're at odds, but I get it. You know, dramatically speaking.
But in the meantime, it's just maybe you could, run by her place, check inside, find out what she's up to, see if there's any signs of foul play,
Not going to happen.
Look, I got a cat that misses me in Chicago. Her name's Llewellyn. She's going to chew her own paw off if I don't get back.
Man, you ain't got no goddamn cat. Never believe anything a public or private detective tells you. Ever.
Well, I'm sorry, but it sounds like you've got a divorce case and a wife who doesn't want her husband to find her. And that's not my business. Right. Just in case you change your mind.
He ain't changing shit. He's bought and paid for. He's changing nothing. So many people are so stressed out on this show, man. Look at her. Sounds like the Laguna Cartel has not been killed, like wiped off the map like we thought they were.
Impending.
Right. Because
You know,
the book.
They only got to number 3. It's still number 2 and number 1, right?
The truth. Straight up.
I don't think he does.
I don't give a shit about your motivation. The only thing that matters is what you did, and what you did was wrong. Get yourself home. You don't want them to see you here while you're suspended.
Yeah. Don't make her snitch you out. She ain't here for your bullshit. That's right. Review this security footage. This is not good, by the way. He's going to see some shit.
Thank you for cleaning up the living room.
Didn't think I had a choice.
You didn't. But I appreciate it anyway.
Would she even be able to reconcile the accounts if she doesn't have access to the offshore servers?
Okay, the point is,
Yeah.
she's not our people anymore.
I've already spoken to Matt in security, and he's briefed every shift change.
Charlotte's all over this shit, man. She's completely on board. Jonah's not.
No, because we have been asked to essentially launder Omar Navarro.
That is a change
That's
in
impossible.
point of
That's
view,
not.
isn't it?
What exactly do you mean by launder him?
You know what we mean.
The important thing is, if all goes well, we have a promise that we're free of our obligation to him, okay? 6 months, we can be completely off from under this. Okay?
Yeah. In and out in 6 months.